歩みの速度を緩め。
So we're going to see what they come out like. There's about... Net hadden ze voor ons speciaal apart gehouden.
You can see the families always get involved.
My goodness, that's so good.
Morning. So I don't know about you, but isn't it wonderful to watch all these videos of all the breeders harvesting their koi, all the hard work that they've put into it, and seeing all the koi dealers from all over the world just finally going to Japan and just choosing the koi that they want to then put into their shop, or bringing back the koi that their customers have commissioned or ordered. So, have you ordered something already? Did you ask a dealer to source something for you? Or are you just waiting for April, May, to finally pick your koi, the new koi that you want to add to your pond? What are you doing for next year? I know, it's autumn and the winter is coming, although we are still in t-shirt down here in Hampshire. Water is still at 17 in my pond. This is absolutely crazy. That's because at night I put this tarpaulin that you've just seen me removing in the morning. And yeah, absolutely beautiful at the moment. We are very lucky, but doesn't mean we're gonna have a harsh winter. Yeah, sometimes when you've got a very mild autumn, then the winter is horrible. So as long as it's not too wet, it should be alright. I don't mind the cold temperature and the snow. Love snow. But it's not good for our fish, is it? Have you bought something already? I have. My go-to place is Gatwick Koi. I trust Gary with the fish that he picks. I trust him with his eyes because he has got an eye for perfection. But so yeah, I asked him to source me a Deutz Kohaku. Me, a Kohaku, I know, but it has to be a Deutz Kohaku. That's my compromise, to bring something really bright into the pond, something red in the pond, which I haven't got. And I bought something else as well, but I'm not going to tell you what. You'll have to wait until next April when I go and collect them. So it's funny because when I did my measure up for my my video about measuring up, it is the video that got the least views on my channel, and yet I've had so many private messages, as in emails. It's unbelievable. So thank you very much for reaching out. No, I am not selling the Mukashi. That is never going to happen. No, I'm not selling any of those chags. That's never going to happen. However, one of my subscribers contacted me, who's not very far from me, he's about an hour from here, and he was desperate to have my Petrobrook Showa. When he saw me measuring up last week, he asked me if I wanted to sell it. And I had already in mind that I was going to sell that koi, which is a male, and possibly the Goromo. Goromo, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. In terms of making my collection better, yes, I should move him on, but I just can't. Sentimental value, because of what happened to him, because of the way I saved him. There's a few during the summer that went. The Showa has now gone to his new home, and that's the reason why I decided to buy 2 new fish. So as I said, one was already, I asked Gary to source it for me, and the second one, when he showed it to me, I was like, oh gosh, yes, I'm having that. In terms of the pond, I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm not going to close it. It's far too early. The pond is still at 17. I'm just letting it air as much as I can. Still, there's still some nice daylight, some really super good days, but yeah, soon. I've got a funny feeling that in 2 or 3 weeks time I'm going to have to enclose it in order to keep the temperatures in. So I've got quite a few jobs today. I've got to trim those plants here. Also, I've got to refix that polycarbonate sheet right there, because the wind has taken the screw out. My worst nightmare, cleaning all the cobwebs. So God knows what I'm going to find there. No more maintenance as well, so I'm just going to empty the vortex, clean the brushes, clean the sponges, and I'm not touching the biological side. Also, after a year and a half of constantly opening this valve, it has finally given in. And as you can see, I've got a slight leak there. It's very, very tiny, but overnight this is how much is filled up, about 3 centimeters. Still feeding very, very well, but the water is at 17, so these are proper grown now. Well chuffed. But of course doesn't compete with this bad boy. Look at it! It has gone completely mad. So I've trimmed this so many times already, but as you can see, I'm gonna have to trim it again. Maybe not this winter, but it has now gone right behind there on this. Crazy. That's absolutely beautiful. So how did I grow this one? Well, I think the trick is that it's an enclosed pond, as you can see, and there's no direct sun. There's never any direct sun on my pond, so that's probably why it's looking so good. Last night it rained really, really hard, completely battered all my flowers there, so I'm just gonna trim them and save what I can. God, they're still doing so super well despite the wind and the rain last night. Look at this. Not bad for end of October. Those, for some reason, they didn't get battered. Isn't it weird? With the amount of rain and wind that we've had last night, they are still standing, and yet they're so fragile. And now that I'm much better after getting COVID, although my voice every now and again goes, so I'm sorry about that, managed to cut all the wood that I wanted. So I've got 3 rows over there. Yep, it's been busy, but I'm gonna say I'm a little bit jealous of Andy Darbycoy stack of wood. Oh, Jesus, you're so lucky, Andy. I wish I had that. Of course, no slide valve at home, so I'm just at my koi dealer. Here's my big girl. Oh my god. There you go, that's that done. Valve changed. It was pretty bad. Rock hard. I think it's lime. Yeah, that's what you call it, lime. Rock hard. So that was obviously damaging the seal. Anyway, all changed. You can tell as well where this was damaged here. See, it's not even perfectly round anymore. Definitely damaged. It was time to change. No more leaks. You can see the hotel is getting better. Not red anymore. There's still a hole. So the hole is slightly closing now, gradually. But gosh, it looks much better. It's almost 5 o'clock. Just put the tarpaulin back on to keep the warmth in. We are definitely up for a bad one again. So on that note, I'll catch you on the next one.